Chapter 8. Ghost. It's getting spooky. Ooh, Casper. So basically, he's just staring at Bella all day, every day, because he's afraid that Peter and Charlotte will eat her.
Yeah, that's why. He's just so scared that Peter and Charlotte are gonna eat her that he has to follow her everywhere she goes, or else they're going to eat her.
It's too sunny for Edward to be out at school, so he goes to school, but he hides in the trees in the safety of the shade.
Bella's early to school. She's sitting on a bench outside, enjoying the sun. And Mike Newton walks in. Girl, he's gonna swing his last shot.
What sport you have in mind there, Kendall? To swing his last shot, huh?
You know, we're gonna start with a little bit of baseball and end it with a slam dunk.
There's
basketball.
I feel like there's some golf in there.
Yeah, maybe. Tiger Woods.
Boom. There it is.
Woods. It's a stretch.
No, whatever.
Mike's like, hey Bella, I never noticed, but your hair has a little red in it. Get your hands off her.
I accidentally uprooted the young spruce tree my hand was resting on when he pinched a strand of her hair between his fingers. Okay, because Edward, I thought that the wasting of finite resources was everyone's concern, and now you're committing blatant acts of deforestation.
It's true. Just earlier when he was hunting with Emmett uprooted a mature spruce tree.
Yeah, why does
that thing has been growing for 300 years.
They're just annihilating the spruce population of Forks, Washington.
Bye.
Deforestation is a serious issue.
It is.
Bella's like, hey Mike, what's up? Did you do the homework? And he's like, no, let's go on a date instead. Edward's like,
no.
Bella's like, Mike,
I
think that's gonna hurt Jessica's feelings. I don't know if you remember, you invited her to the Girl Ask Guys dance, and she has a huge crush on you.
And he's like, Jessica? What?
Jessica likes me?
Jessica? She's like, yeah, Mike, Jessica. She says, really,
the girl
Mike?
You're taking to the dance.
She says, really, Mike, are you blind?
And he's like, Jessica, but, okay, I guess.
Huh. Well, she's cute though, I guess. Decent body. Bigger boobs than Bella's. A bird in the hand, a boob in the other hand.
He's like,
whoa, great tits!
Big jugs, Jessica?
Oh, Jess with the jugs. Big titty Jessica.
Massive magunza bazooka booby titties Jessica?
Honka donker bazinga mommy milkers Jessica?
I want to motorboat you all day long in the face Jessica?
Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay. See ya, Belle.
A decent alternative.
After school, she had plans to go out with the girls. It's a girls' trip. Ooh. So Bella has plans, including Angela Weber and Jess with the jugs. She goes home, and Edward is overwhelmed, so he climbs a tree about it. He begins to plot. Bella leaves after school, and she goes back to her house and brings a little blanket and a little picnic and a little book out to read in the backyard.
It's a sunny day. What are you gonna do? You're gonna lie out and you're gonna soak up the sun. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna soak up the sun. I'm gonna tell everyone to lighten up. Gonna tell them now.
Literally, Edward's always like,
keep it light, keep it light. I'm gonna tell myself to lighten up.
Bella is reading old lady fiction because that's her favorite kind of book. So Bella's reading on her blanket, but she keeps like putting down the book and picking it back up again and starting a new chapter, just getting really frustrated. And Edward's like, oh my God, can she not read? Do I like a girl who can't read?
Oh no, I'll still love her and protect her and cherish her no matter what. I'll just have to teach her how to read.
We'll start with the ABCs and we'll work from there. He feels guilty about spying on her, but not that guilty.
Yeah, like not that guilty.
Not guilty enough to stop.
I felt an uncomfortable spasm of guilt because what I was doing now was not precisely good, but it wasn't anywhere near as bad as my nightly pursuits.
Which I will continue to do.
I wasn't technically even trespassing now. The base of this tree grew from the next lot over, let alone doing something more felonious. But I knew when the night came, I would continue to do wrong.
Yeah, and technically, I'm at the neighbor's house, spying on the neighbor.
Yeah.
It just happens that Bella is outside right now, and the neighbors are not.
I believe you've just won your case.
So, like, wow, I'm definitely f***ed up and guilty and creepy. Wish I gave a single shit. So she falls asleep and she's like sleep talking on the blanket and he's like, okay. He's like, turn that shit up, this is my jam. And then she like is moaning and he's like, oh my God, what? And she goes, Edmund. I leaned back against the tree trunk deeper into shadow. She sighed,
Edmund. Edmund? I thought again of where she'd quit reading, just as Edmund Bertram had been named for the first time. Ha! She wasn't dreaming of me at all. It was this Edmund. Edmund couldn't possibly be confused with my name. She's dreaming of Hugh Grant in a cravat.
Perhaps that had always been the case, and all along her dream had been filled with Hugh Grant in a cravat. So much for my conceit. Oh, but I was the fool to think she could ever dream of me. I'm just sexy Edward Cullen, but I'm no match for Hugh Grant in a cravat.
Yeah, he's like, what? That's my Hugh Grant impression.
Goes perfect.
Hugh Grant? British.
So then he hears Charlie coming up the road. He's like, I wonder what Renee is like, because I can't hear Charlie's thoughts, so I wonder if Renee has a similar thing. I'd like to meet this Renee. A boob in one hand, a mom boob in the other hand. Bella wakes up because she hears the Charlie's police cruiser coming.
She feels like she was being watched. She looks out into the woods. Charlie? Edward's like, oh my God, I'm caught. It's over.
Edward's like, hold still. Their vision's based on movement.
Keep absolutely still. This vision's based on movement.
If you play hide and seek, you can be standing out in the open, not moving, and someone will walk right by you, speaking from experience.
Yeah, so he just holds really still.
I always win.
For one brief moment, her eyes touched the shadows where I hid, but then flickered quickly away.
Edward, being the gentleman he is, he's like spying on her all day. He would certainly not trespass on her privacy the way a peeping Tom would have. He says, I was here for her protection, not to leer at her in the way Mike Newton was. Meanwhile, he's like, what is she reading? What is she thinking about? Whose name is she saying in her sleep? I hope it's me.
But one thing I am not
is a peeping Tom.
Of that I can assure you.
And then I left, knowing I would return while she was asleep.
He leaves while Bella's like doing the dishes or something.
Because he's not a peeping Tom. And
he's not a peeping Tom.
He's not gonna, you know,
trespass
invade on her privacy cleaning the dishes.
Yeah, that's way too intimate, okay?
Only when she's unconscious.
Emmett has stuck a little sticky note to the staircase in the foyer, and he's like, football at the Rainier Field, come on, please. And I feel cheated of another Cullen sporting event.
I know, I want to know how they play football.
They play baseball and it's cute. Why don't we get football?
I know, and they're playing, it's supposedly sunny this whole day, not during a thunderstorm. So like, do they not make any sound when they tackle each other?
It's just like, it's flag football.
Cute. Yeah. No touch. No
touch.
I want to see Emmett playing football though. Wait, everyone take a minute and just picture Emmett in the football pants. You know? The football pads.
He wouldn't need them. He wouldn't need the pads. We have to stop. Rosalie is like, why even bother coming home? And
right.
Good point.
Correct. Because she's doing the dishes, Rosalie.
She's doing the dishes.
I don't wanna peep.
He sees Peter and Charlotte and he's like, Hi. Stay away from my
girlfriend,
you interlopers.
Esme's like, Edward, the home. I hate to see him suffering so. It's almost Port Angeles time. Bella's got the deep blue blouse today, Hanny. The color sets her skin off perfectly.
Yeah. She's got that boner blue blouse on. Looking amazing. Making those brown eyes pop.
Brown-eyed boner blouse that's blue. Mm-hmm. The blue boner blouse that shows off her boobies. Brown booby eyes.
Banging. She's looking banging. Banging Bella in blue.
Snatch. Edward's gonna stalk her to Port Angeles because it's girls' night in Port Angeles.
Woo! Girls' night.
Girls' night.
Martini. Virgin
Martins because they're 17 years old. Alice is like, have fun in Port Angeles. Let me know when I can talk to Bella.
He's like, not now or ever.
Emmett calls him pathetic for missing the game and agree. Mm-hmm. So then Peter and Charlotte skip town and Edward prepares to depart for Port Angeles.
Yeah. Now that Peter and Charlotte are out of town, Edward can continue watching Bella every second of the day just in case she gets hurt.
Struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Or a disease.
Or a tornado.
Or, almost in Port Angeles. But that's a spoiler. You want to find out? Click the next video. Go. Do it. Now!